We are so ready to celebrate spring.
Yeah.
Entertaining and decor stylist Gregory Fast has fresh ideas if you are hosting friends and family this season. And let's get started with like nice spring flowers.
I know, it just adds like a little bit something special to your tablescape or just in your home in general. And so I always love having little potted plants and that around. It makes it feel so special. So yeah, we have lots to talk about today. St. Patrick's Day, of course, is sort of the kickoff I feel towards springtime. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're hosting, let's talk about a few ways we're going to elevate that for our guests that are coming over. The first one, I always love having a great market cart or bar cart. If you don't have a cart to work off of, consider using something like a tray. I've got this great lacquered white tray, and that just makes everything that's on there feel really elevated, and the colors pop really beautifully. I've added in some colored glassware here. I think that that's a fun element to add for springtime, the green there. We've got some dehydrated fruits here. We have oranges and limes.
And you do that yourself?
You can do that yourself at home. Slice them really thin, and you put them in the oven really low until they're sort of finished off and dried out a little bit. And that looks really great in these sort of ginger jars on your bar here. Of course, we need alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. And then if we're mixing cocktails in that, you want really high quality barware. So I love this cocktail shaker. This is from Elevated Craft. And what's great about it is it actually has all the measurements right inside of the top there.
What a smart idea.
If you're having 4 to 6 people over, you can batch make cocktails really easily and have them flying off.
Right, and then it keeps the tablescape or the cart kind of neater, then, right? Because you're not transferring stuff so
Exactly,
much.
And I don't want like a ton of bottles here. We're going sort of cocktail specific for our market cart. Finishing off with sort of garnishes here. You know, pansies are in season right now. You'll see those coming up in the garden center. If you give those a good rinse, you can use those. Those are an edible flower, and I've topped them off on some of our cocktails here. It makes it feel really special and pretty. There's just something about that freshness. And then, you know, some special flavors as well. Lavender is really nice. So we've made our own simple syrup here, which is, again, really easy. You can do yourself. Half and half, like 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water, boil that, and you can infuse that with lavender or any other flavors, and that looks really impressive on your bar as well.
Okay, and when you're infusing it, do you put the lavender in like while you're boiling it up?
Yes, as it just comes to a light simmer, you're going to steep that in there for about 15 minutes, take it off the heat, and then you can strain it into
a nice
jar.
flavor then to it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you've also set up a nice little snack area here.
Yeah, so talking about some of the serveware and things that we use when we're hosting, you know, I want to invest in pieces that are going to get longevity. So I love a marble tray like this. We picked this up from Simon's, which is a Canadian retailer.
Quebec, yeah.
Yes, they have beautiful products, lots of beautiful homewares. I really love this tray. It's kind of got this scalloped edge to it. But what's awesome as well is if you put that in the freezer before serving on it, it's going to hold that coldness to it. So if you're putting cheeses out, it's going to last a lot longer out on your island.
Okay, and this isn't a pear. It's cheese.
Yeah, this is actually wax wrapped cheese. So finding fun details like that to do presentations with go a long way.
And you're big on personal details as well.
Absolutely,
I love this.
yes. If you know me, I'm all about personalization and making sure my guests feel seen, appreciated. So having a stationery kit is really important and helpful. When you're racing around the house and you're trying to put things together, having this on hand makes it easy to just label something quickly, gluten-free, or if you need to label a drink,
or what kind of cheeses you got.
What cheeses you got, or if you're putting place cards out at the table, all those little thoughtful details come through. You can add colored paper in and that for the season, or little ribbons, and it just goes a long way. Yeah.
Especially if somebody sits down and sees their name, it's almost like, oh, this is special.
Yes,
You've really thought ahead as to where people are going to be sitting.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And then talking about our tablescape and where people are sitting, of course, elevating with a nice linen. We found this one again at Simon's. Has beautiful little berries and flowers on it. It almost feels like a spring picnic. And I finished that with some sort of bone-colored napkins. Again, those were great all year long, so great pieces to invest in.
Right, and I love that it's not too Easter themed or too spring themed. So you're not having to buy a lot. Yeah. It's just investing in good simple pieces, even if it's a solid.
Yeah.
And I love the little trick that you've done here because I'm like, wow, you took all the time time to plant all this.
Yes.
But you've got individual containers.
Yeah, so when hosting, I think something that tends to get overlooked is how we can use things multiple ways. So I always like to look at something and how can I use it 2 to 3 ways. So this is great punch bowl that could be for drinks. Today we've done it up as a little garden and used as a centerpiece on an island. And
Even takeaways.
Even
right?
takeaways.
Yeah.
I've just plopped these 4-inch pots in there. But I've also done like a great salad in there for a big buffet or pastries for a
really?
brunch.
Oh, how cool would that be?
So you want to kind of recycle these pieces and think of different ways you can use them for presentation.
Oh,
Yeah.
love your ideas always, Gregory. Thanks
you.
very much. We'll get your socials up on our website at chch.com/morninglive.
Thank you.
I love that.